haters to lovers trope is an age-old romantic plot device that, let's admit, works every time in Thai Lakorn. It is so deliciously satisfying watching a couple who fuss and fight like dogs slowly realize what was in front of them all along. Sometimes the realization comes in a lightning bolt of attraction, but most of the time the two lovebirds involved are ensnared by their emotions without their conscious realization. We sit in front of our screens demanding that the lovers realize what we knew all along. They were meant to be together. Number 1. Full House. Eum is a writer who got swindled out of her house during her trip to Korea. She finds out that the house was sold to Mike, and in an attempt to get her possessions back, she enters a contract marriage with Mike for 1 year. Though she lost everything, Eum remains optimistic and takes things in stride. What started out as a business relationship between the two become personal as they start to take care of each other. Number 2. My Forever Sunshine. The story about Peng, a girl with a tragic life. After losing her father, she has to go live at Arthit's house. The only way for her to be able to stay at his house is to be with him. But no one expected that her approaching Arthit nearly cost him his life. He ends up hating her to the bones, and she is exiled far from home for 4 years until the day they come across each other again. One might think that time will lessen hate, but not for Arthit. Not only he still hates her, but he also hates her even more than before. But in order to keep her final promise to Arthit's father, she must endure it. Number 3. Hua Jai Sila. Tor is a love child of a mistress and a wealthy He-So man. After his mother dies from neglect, Tor is forced to live with his father's family. Abused by his stepmother and stepbrother, he turns to the girl next door, Mingta, who also suffers neglect at the hands of her so-called mother and sister. One night, while being chased by his stepmother, Tor jumps into a river and is presumed dead, though he survives. He is taken under the wing of another prostitute who knew his mother and takes on a new life under the alias Sila. Years later, he returns as a notorious rich pimp with plans to avenge his mother and to get revenge for the torture and pain brought to him by his stepmother and stepbrother. Sila's main goal is to hurt the people that hurt him as a child, but he never expected to see the only friend he ever had as a child, Mingta. As soon as they see each other, she realizes that he looks familiar to her. She notices a ring he wears around his neck and immediately comes to the conclusion that he is Tor, her childhood best friend that supposedly died, but he denies it because his revenge plan. Number 4. Kleun Cheewit. Jirawat is a cheerful, hardworking woman who is a famous model and an actress. Her mother married a smarmy but rich man who secretly lusts after his stepdaughter. After he attempts to drug Jirawat, she manages to escape by driving away. Unfortunately, she hits a young woman on the road, who later dies at the hospital. The dead young woman has a fiancé, Satit, who happens to be a lawyer. He vows revenge on the female driver who killed his beloved fiancé. Unfortunately, Jirawat's stepfather and mother use their influence and money to hide and hush all the evidence. Satit decides to stalk and bother her to find the evidence that she is an evil and manipulative temptress. But in the end, he finds out that she is actually a good and kind person despite her lowly beginnings and gradually falls in love with her. Number 5. My Husband-in-Law. The smart and multi-talented Mue lives with her crush Thien for over 7 years. Although Mue loves him, Thien never seems to love Mue. Instead, he always teases her, messes with her and sometimes bullies her. Mue never got angry or responded to Thien when she got bullied because she loved him too much. One day, Thien was forced to marry Mue just to get rid of the wife of a powerful man. As Thien never looked at Mue as his life partner, he was not really okay with the marriage. In addition, Thien wanted a perfect woman as his wife, but Mue was never perfect in his eye. Will Thien fall in love with Mue at the end? Will Mue be the perfect wife for him? Number 6. Barb See Chompoo. Petsekon is the only heir of a millionaire who hides his cruel coldness under his good looks. He started to act out towards his father after his mother died. When Kangsadan enters his life, he cannot hide his interest in this kind and sassy girl. But his world begins to twirl upside down when his father brings home the exact girl and her mother home and decides that they will live with Pete and his father as a family because of Khunsa being sick. With resentment in his heart, Petsakorn decided to turn his back on his family. After 4 years, he returned in order to take everything back, and Kangsadan will be the first person he takes revenge on. But throughout the series, he and Kangsadan start to fall in love with each other, but because of his resentment towards his father for not being there for his mother, he continues to be heartless and selfish towards Kangsadan by treating her very badly and trying to make her jealous. Number 7. So Wayree. Two hotel moguls, once family friends since the grandparents' generation, now sworn enemies, are fighting over who will reign supreme. Prinut never thought that he would be a part of the hatred. Although his father is the son-in-law of Sirimantra, his mom was only a mistress who was abandoned in America. Growing up, he never knew what having a father was like. Paramita is the only heiress to the famous emperor real estate mogul. She was pulled into this warring game after being drugged and sent to him as ransom. 4 years later, she came back with twin children but told everyone that they were her cousins. Prinut and Paramita met again but standing on opposite side of the line as sworn enemies. Although they had the twins, not as chains of loves but chains of enemies that tied them together unwillingly. Number 8. Sapai Import. Lisa is a rich, spoiled girl who returned from her studies in England to find her parents were in debt. She had to work to repay that debt, and Don's mother helped her. Don is the grandson of a very famous farm owner. When Don's grandfather died, he unconditionally named Don as his successor. To receive the farm, Don had to marry and have a child within a year. Otherwise, the farm would be awarded to his cousin's brother. Don's mother loved Lisa like a daughter, so he pushed him towards marriage. At first, both of them rejected the marriage. Then Don's mother announced that she was going to die soon, so Lisa accepted as a sign of gratitude. Since Don and Lisa don't love each other, they agreed to pretend to be married for 6 months. Despite their different lifestyles, nothing could stop destiny. Number 9. Love at First Hate. When a smart, handsome and foul-mouthed doctor, Paniti or Dr. Bpoop, met a hot, sexy and thick superstar, Kleun, who is not his type and also he is not her type, they hated each other at first sight. But when they have to live together, something strange happened. It looks like Dr. Bpoop is falling in love with Kleun. To save his face from what he had said before that she is not his type, he is trying to act not to like her. But can he? What will the ending of this two be, haters or lovers? Number 10. Bpoop Phaeh Saniwaat. Kadesurang is a modern-day girl who travels back in time 300 years after a car accident. There she finds herself inhabiting the body of Meiying Karakade, a noble who resides with her father's best friend and his family. Much to Kadesurang's dismay, Meiying Karakade is spoiled and evil. Even her dearest betrothed Pordate hates her and vows to stall their wedding for as long as possible. While there, Kadesurang does merits and good deeds to rectify the damages done by Meiying Karakade in hopes of returning to her modern-day world. In the process, she slowly wins the love and admiration of the entire village, including Pordate. Number 11. Nangfah. Bpoop and Lalalit Beauty grew up together, but he hates her. So when she comes to him for help to regain power over her family's company, he pranks her by sending her to do the lowest jobs. Lalalit is a spoiled, bratty and selfish heiress who is completely absorbed with her own beauty. Looking down from heaven, two angels decide to teach her a lesson by acting as her fairy godmothers and casting a spell on her that only true love's kiss can break the spell. Of course, Lalalit thinks it would be a piece of cake to find somebody love her, but to her surprise, she overhears people talking badly about her, hating her for being rotten. Number 12. Neung Nai Suang. Boom, a beautiful girl with no parents meets Neung at a party. Neung is a handsome son of a former renowned diplomat that just came back from studying overseas. Every girl wants to get to know him. But after the first glance, Nuan falls in love with Poom straight away. He has forgotten that he knew her before. On the other hand, Poom deeply remembers that Neung used to bully her when they were young, so she really doesn't like him. But when they have to dance together at the party, Poom runs away. This makes Neung angry and embarrassed, so he keeps picking fights with her non-stop. Number 13. Cubic. The father of Ruthainak is in debt with a man called Lin Lang Sir, who is a well-known member of the Hong Kong Mafia. As the ugly duckling of the family, Ruthainak is a very intelligent student but cannot compare with her sister's beautiful looks. Lin Lang Se decides to accept her sister as a payback for the high debts of her family, but when the day comes to pay the debt, the girl's father decides to run away with his eldest daughter. As a result of this, Ruthainak is captured by Lin Lang Se's men and brought to his mansion. Number 14. Buang Hong. This Lakorn follows the downfall of a Hiso girl named Pimlapaz. Her life starts out rosy. She is the daughter of a wealthy man. She has a great boyfriend and also a well-known supermodel. Because fate can be cruel, one day Pimlapaz loses everything. Her boyfriend dumps her and her father passes away. In a blink of an eye, Pimlapaz is penniless and an orphan. The story follows struggle led by Pimlapaz. Number 15. My Love from the Star. An alien named Achira who comes to Earth for research sees a woman in trouble and decides to save her. His heroic action gets him stranded on Earth for 300 years as he was late returning to the spaceship and it left without him. With only 3 months left before his long-awaited departure, he meets actress Falada and realizes that she is the same woman he saved all those years ago. Will Achira choose to return to his planet or stay on Earth after finding himself developing feelings for the famous actress? I hope you enjoyed our recommendations. Please let us know your favorite haters to lovers trope in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to like, share and subscribe. Tada!